Across the South Coast, live from Solent University, you're listening to Solent Sports News.
Good afternoon, it's 3 o'clock, I'm Chance, and these are your Solent Sports News headlines. Chris Wood is going to miss Nottingham Forest's FA Cup quarter-final against Brighton due to a hip injury.
He went for a scan today. We're still waiting. He went to a specialist to do the scan. So we wait on the information and see. He's not going to be available for this game. I don't know if you know, he was in a kick. He fell really hard on his hip.
Nigerian striker Taiwo Awoni, who has not started a game in over 3 weeks, is set to replace his Australian teammate. Juan Philippe Mateta is going to be back to face Fulham after a horrific left ear injury that left him out for a month. On Sunday, Preston play against Aston Villa, whilst Bournemouth, who have never reached the semi-finals of the competition, face Manchester City. I'm here with Tom, Championship expert and sports journalist, to discuss today's Sheffield United against Coventry fixture. Tom, what do you make of this fixture?
It promises to be a really good fixture at the top of the Championship. Two informed sides, Sheffield United obviously looking to bounce back to the Premier League, whilst Coventry, they've been on an absolute charge of late. And also, under Frank Lampard, he's really surprised me, actually. And they've got a good squad there, Coventry, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they nick something against Sheffield United tonight.
Yeah, a lot was made of Frank Lampard getting the job earlier this season, and it seems like he surpassed all expectations. What did you think when he got hired for the job?
So at the time, I thought Mark Robbins, who was obviously at Coventry for a very long time, I thought he was hard done by getting sacked. I thought they have got a good squad, and I thought they were underperforming, but I thought he would have earned some more time. But then I thought Lampard, I saw it, I didn't mind it. I thought it was bold, but he's really impressed me. He's got a good squad there, and he's utilised that squad. And I feel like he's separating himself from the Rooneys and the Gerrards, and he's actually showing that he's got potential as a manager. And I think the drop down's done him the world of good, because he's been chucked at the deep end at Chelsea and Everton. And I think Coventry might just be the right club for him.
Do you think there's any chance of Coventry possibly getting promoted by the playoffs, or...?
Yeah, I think automatics definitely. I think obviously Sheffield United, will definitely be amongst the hunt for that. I think it's definitely between Leeds, Burnley and Sheffield United. But through the playoffs, I think there's definitely a chance for Coventry to return to the Premier League.
Yep, cheers for that, Tom. Now we move on to former Southampton and Portsmouth manager Harry Redknapp, who is jokingly labelled England manager Thomas Tuchel as a spy. The 78-year-old was at a charity event and was questioned on Tuchel's England.
I like Gareth Southgate, I like him a lot, but we should have won something,
And is this the man now, Tuchel?
I don't know, I think, I'll be honest with you, I think he's a German spy. I'm telling you.
German comedian Henning Wendt spoke on BBC Radio 5 Live and defended Redknapp, saying, "What a non-story, lighten up. If we're not allowed a bit of banter, what's the point of football?" Now on to the Premier League. Cole Palmer is back from injury and is training with the Chelsea squad today. This is the first time Palmer returns to training after picking up a muscular issue ahead of next week's London derby against Tottenham. Now lower league football, as the Hampshire FA Cup final is only 2 weeks away, where Stoneham face AFC Porchester at the Snows Stadium. AFC Stoneham chairman Mark Stupple knows how big of an opportunity this is for the Wessex Premiership side.
Our club is 105 years old, 106 years old now. We've never been in the Hampshire Senior Cup final. So for us as a club, it's a huge game, and it raises our profile. And that's really for us how important this is.
Real Madrid could be without some key players in their Champions League quarter-finals tie against Arsenal. Antonio Rudiger, Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. are all being investigated by UEFA for indecent conduct after their win against local rivals Atletico. They beat Atletico in a controversial field penalty shootout when Julian Alvarez's penalty was disallowed due to a double touch. 3 players are being looked at due to post-match celebrations. Bill Sweeney, the CEO of the English Rugby Union, has survived the vote of no confidence last night. The referees union and championship clubs were the most vocal in the board's decision to try and remove the current CEO. Sweeney made £1.1 million last year during the RFU's record year for losses. Sir Bill Beaumont, president of the RFU, pleads the board to work together with Sweeney.
Let's not anticipate a wave of FCM's new motions to divide us. Let's pull together.
Women's Rugby Player of the Year, Ellie Kildun, returns to England starting 15 against Wales this weekend. England dominated Italy last weekend, but make 13 changes ahead of the trip to the Principality Stadium. Record crowds are expected in the Welsh capital as the world #1 side visits. Now on to darts. Luke Littler cruised his way to another win as he beat Luke Humphries in the final of the Premier League darts 6-1. The Nuke is now 8 points clear at the top of the table, in front of Humphries in second. The 18-year-old has now hit the most ton-plus scores of the tournament and is ready to march on.
I should always be playing against the board, but I'm playing too well for them not to be playing against the board as well as me.
Formula One driver Liam Lawson shows his first reaction in a heartfelt social media post. After the swap, Lawson stated it's been his dream since he was a kid, and it's what he's worked towards his whole entire life. The New Zealand driver will join Isaac Hadjar at Racing Bulls, and Japanese driver Yuki Tsunoda will join Red Bull for his home Grand Prix next weekend. Speaking of New Zealand, I'd like to make a clarification. Chris Wood is not from Australia; he's in fact from New Zealand. I apologise for that. That's all from us for this hour. I'll be back in an hour with our final show of the day.